Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I was asked by the lovely Cheryl Adams. She posted a couple of pictures in group the other night while we were in the premieres and asked it, well, she showed me the card, she didn't know the name, and I knew straight away what it was because I made one back in May 2017 on the 5th, and it's called I got a thing flashing up in the bottom corner of my computer. Oh, I don't know what that is. Wait there. Right, it's gone now. There was something flashing up in the bottom corner of my computer going, get a user. Someone's using this. So, yeah, and it's called a double display card. So I've made it a little bit different than the first one I made back in 2017. You can use ribbon to keep them closed. You can use a belly band. You can use nothing. You can just use the card. And the one I made in 2017 was a Father's Day card. I remember it well because it was made with the Guy Greeting stamp set. So today I'm using this beautiful poppy, or what's it called? Painted poppies, and the gorgeous DSP that comes with it. I quite like it if it's in the background. I don't like it openly so much, but I've added sequins, I've added this beautiful ribbon. You don't have to. I'm going to tape my ribbon down. Now I've found more or less the center. Take this bit down so when the card opens you won't lose the ribbon, because when you open the ribbon then it's beautiful. Double display card is in use. Absolutely gorgeous. I've used a spot of Winker Stella. I've got some black sequins on the inside and some gold ones on the out, and it stands perfectly. Oh look, there's a straggler. And it's so static, it's unreal. So I'm going to find the center of my ribbon because I thought it looked beautiful with the ribbon, and now I'm going to tape that on there. And it's so simple. It was more, what do you call it, the folding of the card. And if you look at it, you can see why in a sec. Let's see, I'm making sure I keep that straight. Just pop that round, give that a burnish, get the air bubbles out, and I'll just pick off the end. It's just that so when the recipient opens the card they're not going to lose that beautiful ribbon, and they can quite easily peel that off and use that on a different project. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So it will sit beautifully on your desk like this. You can make these panels, if you want to make these panels a little bit wider, you can square off this card even, but this closes together to be 4 inches by 6, and it just, like I say, stands up absolutely beautiful. You can open it quite wide and have it as a wide display. Absolutely stunning. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. And then yeah, and then I can just type. Did I hear something just come off there? You can use a belly band, like I'm saying, it's a lot easier, but I'm just using this gorgeous ribbon because I've got loads of ribbons and I tend to have lots left come the end of the year as well, but I won't get rid. I absolutely love it. And then you can, that will fit beautifully in a standard size envelope. Well, a UK envelope anyway, so they can just be wrapped round and that can be placed in your card. Absolutely beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to show you how to make it. You're going to need lots of papers. So these are my Whisper Whites. These are my card pieces to make the card. This is thick white cardstock. Leave those there. And you're going to need this one that is 6 by 12 and 2 that are 6 by 2. you're going to need 2 Whisper White. These are 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and this is 3 by 3. You're going to need some Poppy Parade. Then you're going to need 1 at 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and the DSP is going to be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Just a tiny border. You're going to need 2 at 1 7/8 by 5 7/8, and 2 DSP at 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, and you're going to need 2 that are 1 7/8 by 3 7/8, and 2 DSP, which is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then you're going to need 6 of these. These are 7/8 by 1 7/8, and these are 3/4 by 1 3/4. I've already glued together my other bits to save some time, and I'll just show you how I layered these up. So you're going to need 2 that size, 2 that size, 6 that side, 1 that side. So let me just show you my card information. So for the double display card, 6 by 12, 6 by 2, 2 of them. We're going to pop this in at 1 inch, and then we're going to cut from 1 to 5 inches, 7 to 11 inches, turn it over and repeat. Then we're going to go in and score at 2, 4, 8 and 10 right the way through. 1, 5, 7 and 11, we're going to cut the score to the cut lines, up and up, down and up. Your Poppy Parade pieces are there if you're going to make the same card as I am. The DSP is there, and your Whisper White is there, and also I use sequins, glue, inks, blends, the trimmer and some ribbon. So let me hold that for you, and you can pause that, come back, and we can make it together. So these are the pieces. Let's just get these glued together quickly now, just before we do some cutting and scoring of our beautiful card. And it looks complicated when you open it, but it's not. It literally is just a mountain valley, mountain valley, mountain valley, mountain valley, all the way across the card. Can't go wrong. Beautiful papers, and I know Cheryl loves red. I know she likes it with berry vanilla, so you could use berry vanilla cardstock here. And she loves a little bit of gold, or you could use real red or Poppy Parade with your gold as your backing pieces, and then you could stamp on berry vanilla. I know they're her favourite colours. Perfect. And if you notice, I've just done it so you just get the smallest of borders, and you'll see those little bits of white coming through. I mean, you could basically just add a sentiment like I have, but you don't have to add the flowers on the front because the card speaks for itself. You could add some nice die cut pieces if you wanted to. I just wanted to just show off these gorgeous papers, so I can undo this now without it all falling apart. And I did the Whisper White smaller because I wanted to see the DSP. Oops. Let me just... Oh, there it is. I thought I'd glued my card down. There we go, it's on the back. So I shouldn't have wrapped it round the side really. Never mind, doesn't matter. There we go. But yeah, it's literally mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. You can just see mountain, valley, mountain. Just lots of if you do all the mountain and valley that way and then turn it around and then do all the mountain and valley that way until you've got them both close together, it's just going to be so simple. So let's pop these to one side, and our other bits we can stamp and die on them in a bit. These are 2 of the panels that are going to get, you'll see added on the front here, because this is small. It's only 1 inch there and 2 inches there. So we add the panels on. You could, like I say, you could have added, if you want it 4.5, you could make these panels, instead of 2, you could make them 2 1/4. So when they shut together, 2 1/4, 2 1/4 make 4.5. But you've got to make sure you attach on the front here, so they dangle off the back there. Otherwise, if you do it on, add it there where I'm going to, it won't close because they'll bash up against each other. You'll get my meaning now. So these are those panels to add on to later. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I always do it on the side because you've got numbers down the side. You're going to put your card in on the short side at 1 inch, making sure it's butted up nice and close. You're going to take your blade to 1 inch, and then you're going to rest this down, and you're going to literally cut from 1 to 5, lift it up, go back in to 7, just push that down and go from 7 to 11. Lift that up, turn that around, back in at 1 and start at 11 to 7. Lift it up, take it to 5, pop that down, and we're going to go in at 5 and cut to 1. Perfect, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts. That's all it takes. Now we can spin this, open up the arm, move the blade, and I'm going to start from this end because we're going to be scoring this end. So pop it in at 11, and we're going to score down to the cut line and then up to the cut line. Let me get my book out again. I should know this by now. Then we're going to do this at 10 inches. I'm going to score this all the way through. At 8 inches, we're going to score it all the way through. At 7 inches, we're going to cut up to the score line, up to the cut line and down to the cut line. Close this now. I'm going to do the same at 5 to the cut line, up to the cut line, 4 inches, all the way through, 2 inches, all the way through, and then 1 inch up to the cut line and down to the cut line. So you've got 1, 2, 4 and 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11. And let me move this out your way and I'll show you the best way to fold this. Like I'm saying, I would fold here, so push this in and pull that out. So there's your mountain. This is going to be a mountain, and so is this. So push that one back and then push this one up so they come forward. She says mountain, and then mount. Oops, no, that goes back. Gaynor, there's your card, follow it. So mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, same as that one, sequin, mountain, valley, mountain, valley, that's right, mountain and valley, doesn't matter. And then this one is a mountain, that's it, that's got it. So mountain, valley, mountain, mountain, valley. I'll show you again slowly. It does take a little bit of time to work it out. So it is mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Same here, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. So until this comes across here. So spin your card around instead of trying to do it the other way around. So push again there, like I'm saying. Mountain, valley, mountain. Just make sure these two come forward and that one goes back. Forward, back, forward, back. So these come forward and this comes forward. How easy. And give that a good burnish. And don't forget to do from behind. And then you can just turn it back and they meet beautifully in the centre. You could actually, at 1, 5, 7 and 11, score all the way through. I did that on my first card because you don't see it, but you'd end up with a score line. But you covered everything up anyway, but I've done it different this time. So, yeah, if you pull these two forward and these ones forward, you can always slip them ones backwards. So that is your double display card. I even had a panel the same size as in here on the front of my other one to make that hole, but I chose to do it a little bit different this time. And there is where your card sits up. So it doesn't matter which way you want to turn it now because it's exactly the same either way around. Perfect. So let's get attaching. Like I say, let's get these long ones. These are going to get attached onto these two flaps here. Just so you've got that nice, gorgeous little white border all the way around. And then they will get, see what I mean? You've got to attach on the front there. If you want to do it 1/4 of an inch bigger, it would stick out at the back, not be exactly the same size like mine. So let's get some gluing done. Hence the reason I glue all the other little bits, because you just don't want to sit here and watch me glue lots and lots and lots of card together. So nice little white board. I'll lift it up in a minute to show. Look at that, it's beautiful. Poppies speak for themselves. So you've got a white border, you've got your poppy and your DSP. And it all adds to the strength. You are going to just glue that panel, obviously. And because them poppies are directional, we're having our card this way. Make sure your poppies are running the right way. Pop this right on the corner. This hence the reason mine is only 2 inches. And on that corner, and then it will reach beautifully on that corner. And there's those side panels added. Perfect. So there's the start of our card. Another again nice little border all the way around. Perfect. And again, just glue that section. As soon as I saw the card Cheryl put up in group, I was like, I know I've done one of them before. Just couldn't work out when. So I googled it. I searched for it in my videos today, and there it was. Inspired by the lovely Dawn Griffiths as well. I'd watched her make one. There, go make sure your pattern is running the right way and that you've glued that right down. And if you don't want to add too many layers, you could possibly just cut your DSP so it's if you want a small border, you can remove the poppy parade if you want to. You don't have to. Look at that, but that one closes absolutely beautiful. I think this one was just off a wee touch. It just depends on how you fold your card. This one is perfect. Love it. So these little panels, they're going on the inside here. If you don't want to add all the DSP, you can add all Whisper White and stamp. That's entirely up to you as well. Nice little border on them all the way around as well. Perfect. And these little panels, again, they are directional because you can see the bottom of the stalks. You've got one for here, and you've also got one for here, and the same down the bottom. So one, and one there. Got another panel here, making sure your direction is the right way. Perfect. Just going to flip that over and attach that. Beautiful. Now our little pieces. Love it. Open it. You can open it out actually if you want to. That way it won't be skew with Gaynor. I mean, you could add little squares if you wanted to, but I think that'll be just going over the top. Perfect. It's nice to have that gap, I think, to have the contrast with the white. I mean, you could just use plain card, and like I'm saying, loads of die cuts. You could do a little picket fence running through it, a seaside event, or, you know, it's entirely up to you. You pick and choose your theme. I just decided to show the poppies off to their full potential. I didn't buy, I've got the positive thoughts, which is where my thank you comes from, but I didn't buy the dies for that with the layering poppies. Not my cup of tea. And then we've got our 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 display card. It just makes the card look huge once it's all put together and when it's opened up. It's like a little TARDIS card. It looks small until you open it out, and then you've got a beautiful display. But it's such a simple card to make. So when you come to fold it, make sure you pull them forward, push that one in and fold that one, and then I'll flick those ones back. And then it comes together absolutely gorgeously. Like I say, you can make a belly band if you wanted to keep it closed. I'm going to add some more ribbon because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So let me check the length of this ribbon. Absolutely stunning. So I reckon that's about the same. I'll measure that for you actually. Tell you exactly how many inches it is. So 12, just over 24 inches. But like I say, if you want to use a belly band, I would do so if you want. Look at that, beautiful. So I've got the centre of my card. I'm not going to add all the tape around the sides this time. I'm just eyeball in the centre. Perfect. Knocking the hair out. And if you did go over a little bit, just flick it back over. Pop that on. Oops. Keeping that nice and straight. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's just test we've got it. Oh, we've got plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Beautiful double stitched edge ribbons. Gorgeous. And it does go with this set. I think it's real red, that this set. That's so cute. Real red cardstock, and I use Poppy Parade for some reason. I don't know why, but I love it. So let's pop that to one side along with our other one, just whilst we get some stamping done and some colouring. Tie a knot again. A knot, it's a bow again, it's a bow. There we go. That is so sweet. I need to learn to tie the other way around. Oh, and one of my sequins has just come off. There we go. Let's just bob it back on. Need that give that chance to dry out the way. So there's our. Isn't that lovely? You could have a sentiment on there and just attach it to one side. That would be cool. You could do that. Maybe if you hadn't put the bow on, or even if you had, you know, and then just glue one side. So you've got. I might do that actually. No, I'm going to stick to what I've done. So pop our glue away for a moment, otherwise going to dry out and go cloggy on me. If I can get the pin in. Oh, it's my fault. I think my nails will need cleaning. I'm blind without my other glasses. That's it. I can see. There we go. Yay! Now I'm going to grab just a second. Oh, sorry about that. So I've got a piece of scrap. I've got my black. And with that, line this up, stamp my beautiful flower once, twice, beautiful, such a sweet set. It's the first. Oh, look at that! Now I've gone all mocky-eyed. Oh, I've just gone over a little bit there. It doesn't matter. My dirty cloth at the ready. Bit too much soap left on mine, I think. Even get that ink off my finger. Because I don't want to smudge that on anything. piece. So I've got the lovely thank you. I'm a sucker for a thank you card. I'm just going to line that up. Perfect. My thank you. I got the splashes there, of which I'm going to be using in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to stamp this beautiful flower a couple of times. Beautiful. I think my cloths need another good cleaning. Perfect. Now I've got the lovely Poppy Parade. Love this. And I'm going to use this splodge to colour in my flower. Beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, that's really mega wet still, so I'm just going to wait for that to dry a minute. Whilst I clean my cloth, stamps. Definitely need to put my cloth in soak again. And then the red splatters. So I'm going to stamp off a couple of times because it's really strong. Oh, I'm just going to leave it like that. Look how sweet that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Let's get a fresh cloth out. Perfect. Always make sure you clip yours back in. Dispose of. And now I've got my Old Olive, light and dark, and my Poppy Parade, light and dark. And I'm just filling in. Stalks and the leaves. How cute are these flowers? Just checking. Such a sweet card. You know, with the blob there for the big flower, I thought they'd have had a small one for the small flower, but not as, no, I can't see it in the stamp set. There's a little paint splatter, but you know, you got a large one and a little one, but only one splodge. I suppose it's a multitude of coverage, I suppose, but I preferred a little splodge so I get the same shape and the shading. But hence, no, I'm afraid not. Not going to do much shading on this, just a little bit under the stems and just down the centre of that leaf. Not really much elsewhere I can add shading. Perfecto. And now this, let me watch. It's twisted round, digging in my wrist. That's better. So, the small one. These little beautiful buds. So with the dark, I just went in the centres where they are. Just added a bit of darkness there. And swap ends with this one now. And just fill the... You don't have to be bang on precise. Because that one's not filled in properly. Very therapeutic colouring. Don't be too worried if you go over the sides. I'm not. Perfect. That's how I'm just going to leave them like that. Swap over my glasses now. I'm blind as a bat, like I'm saying. Pop my pens away. And then we can add these beautiful, beautiful panels on the front now. Hence the reason I did them a lot smaller, because I do want to see the DSP behind. Let me just look. Yeah, that's straight. I thought I was lopsided again then. And you could also add them on dimensionals if you want to, but I think there's quite enough bulk on this card with all the layers. Okay, glue everywhere. Beautiful. Oh, it looks just so pretty. And again, just make sure this is in the middle. Good distance either side, top and bottom. And that it's level. Perfect. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So I've got some sequins and I'm just gonna dot them about. I'm just gonna use me it's static, so using the wrong ones there. These are the black ones on the inside. Cute. Oops. says. And then we can just add, I might just add them away from that ribbon actually this time. Come on. Don't want to stick down, do they? I think what I'll do is, because I've added the sequins on that bit, I might just get some little gems. To break up the white. A little squash down. Perfect. These are so static, it's unreal. And these are the Peaceful Poppies sequins. The flower shaped ones are lovely, but I find that they tend to fall off a lot. So let's get some rhinestones. I like to fill the holes. I know sequins have got holes in the centre, people can stitch them in, but I'm not a lover of the holes. I'd soon have a little gem there than a hole. Perfect. That's so sweet. Just grab my shimmer pen. I wondered what was that wrong. I'm covered in shimmer now. And then just dot this. I'm not even being the bestest of carefuls. Just, and then the centres of these beautiful ones here. Absolutely gorgeous. Get the pink off my bristles. And there we have it. There is the shimmer on this beautiful double. Can you see that? Just about. So I'm going to turn it upside down to give it a batten. Gosh, she says, maybe you'd just be better off doing a belly band. Unlike myself. No, it's okay once you've got it drawn in. Do a little bow then. What's wrong with this? That's better. There we go. Oh, I think that is so sweet. So there are my two. After all, one on my double display cards. I'm gonna have to rectify that, girls. So that's how it sits. You can have it as close together or as wide apart as you want. It stays open and it's just absolutely adorable. So there it is closed and there it is open. Our beautiful double display card. I hope you like it. Leave a thumbs up, that'd be great, and a share. If you're not subscribed already, please do press the subscription bell and the little the icon and the little bell straight away. That way you'll be notified of all future videos, which I tend to post on a daily basis. So come see what I make tomorrow. Till then, bye for now.